I have to ask myself if that's some sort of mirage or something, but I see Ein Bokek. That's how far I have to walk. You can see it through the haze, maybe. I can't really point it out because my umbrella is going to fly if I do. But it's over there in the haze. You can see the buildings of the hotels on the shore. Finally some hope. But right now I need some shade for a rest because I'm kind of at that point of the middle of the day. It's actually shortened from a month ago or even 2 weeks ago, the time period that I really need to take a rest for, that I can't hike in. But it's definitely still there. Let's see if I can do this without losing my umbrella. Okay, so right over there, if this thing is showing it right, through the haze, is the resort town of, Dead Sea resort town of Ein Bokek, which is where I'm headed. And I can't wait. I am definitely getting into that sea because my muscles are needing it. All right, see you again soon. Okay, well, I thought it was like high noon, 12 o'clock or something. It's 11:15. So I guess that makes me feel a little bit better because it means that I've gotten further than I thought I had in this amount of time. But it's definitely time to take a break. And I found like a sliver of shade. Yeah, break time. That's all I have to say right now. Food and break time. So I just finished my break, just up there about 5 meters up from where I am right now. Sat there for about an hour and a half in the only sliver of shade that I could find. Basically with that view, more or less. Quite enjoyable, nice rest, and I feel much better to move on now. I ate some lunch, drank some electrolyte tabs, most importantly, had some chocolate, and I'm ready to go. So I still have about 10K to go today. It's almost 1 o'clock. But once I get down from here, which is another 3 kilometers or so to get down to the road level, then it should be fairly flat and hopefully easy going along the Dead Sea Promenade. So I'm actually hoping that I can pull this off today. And that just might be time to reward myself a little bit. So let's see what I can do. More downhill. Somehow I just clambered down from somewhere up there. My knees are actually, after that break, surprisingly okay. They're not complaining at me just yet, even considering the downhill that I had to do after that. But as far as I can tell, hopefully that's, well, I have to get down from here, from this ridge. And that means I have to get down there. But, I don't know. I hope that's it for climbing and descending for today after I get down from here, because honestly, that's a lot for my poor old knees. But anyways, I'm feeling a lot better since after that good long rest. I'm almost at street level. You know what that means? That means that I'm about 400 meters below sea level. Yikes. And only 3 days ago, I started out well, 2 days ago too actually, but let's say 3 days ago, I started out the morning in Arad at 600 meters above sea level. So I have climbed down, and considering all the also climbing up that I've done, a good deal more than a kilometer's worth of downhill clambering. And it's no wonder that my knees are not thanking me right now. So it might be time to get into Ein Bokek and get me some pampering. But Ein Bokek is way over there. So I still got to get ways to go. Better get moving. Just one other point I want to actually make. The Dead Sea, like I said, is 400 and something meters below sea level. And it's in a major valley. Over there, you can see the mountains of Jordan. And of course, over here are the mountains of Israel and the Judean desert that I've just climbed down from. So it's in a major valley. And all of a sudden, the humidity and the heat down here is giving me major deja vu of those first few days up in Kiryat Shmona in the Hula Valley in the end of September. So I'm super grateful for this lonely little acacia tree, I guess, or whatever tree this is. And I'm going to go sit in its shade and contemplate how much further I have to go. And also grab a little snack and a drink. That right there is the highway. That's the exit strategy that I was talking about. I finally got here. Means I have about 5 or 6 kilometers left. And if I can just make it past this next 1.5 kilometers or so, then I think the rest of it should be fairly doable. So I'd really rather not take that exit strategy if I can help it. But it's there for now anyways, in case I need it. And then once there's a little glitch where I go away from the highway, just coming up a little further along here. But then it comes right back to the highway, and then if I need the exit strategy at that point, then I have it again. So, but let's try and hike all the way, because this would be a first for me on this journey. So that would be really awesome. So I haven't made it into the promenade yet. I still have to do that funky jog that I was talking about that goes inland from here. But I just wanted to show you these salt lands and whatever mine fields. There are actually suspected mines in that area, and there's also sinkholes. So you definitely don't want to stray across the highway at this point. I was just busy asking myself why the Shvil makes this weird jog on this pointless road. And I was just up on that hill over there, coming around the corner. And right here where I'm standing right now, I saw an ibex jog across the street and dash into that crevice over there. And well, for a pointless road, and for me being tired and hot and sweaty and just wanting to be at my destination, that made it worthwhile for me. I still think it's a pointless road though. We will be seeing more ibex, and I will be ready for them then. So for now, that was it. But I'm almost to my destination, which I'm so happy about. Finally, 5 kilometers left. Okay, here we go. Speaking of a pointless road, major problems with the Shvil markers on here, and it looks like this whole area has just been bulldozed. Brand new Shvil marked a month ago, and you can't find the Shvil markers. Well, I finally found one right there. So I think I'm headed in the right direction. This area is obviously, you can see it's a canyon over there. And obviously it's prone to flash floods, which is why they've actually pretty massive flash floods by the looks of it, which is why they've built that bridge there. And let's just hope there's no flash floods before I make it down and up back to the road. According to the Red Book, that is an underpass. To me, that looks like a flash flood diversion system. But it says to go through the underpass. That's the only underpass I see, and I don't see any Shvil markers other than the one telling me to come down here. And basically, no way up. So, I guess that's where I'm going. And it gets even more interesting. I get to the, whatever you want to call it, flash flood diversion system, underpass, whatever you want to call it. And on a month-old Shvil, section of Shvil, I find finally a Shvil marker that has been painted over. What does that mean? I don't get it. I really, really, really want people to be able to come and to be able to do the Shvil and enjoy it. But I can't say that. I cannot say that when there's stuff like this going on. Well, there's a Shvil marker, a real Shvil marker that has not been painted over. And there. So apparently I'm in the right place, but this messes with people's minds. And that is extremely dangerous. That can be fatal in the desert. And on a trek like this, not even in the desert, up in the north when it's hot. I'm just really, really annoyed right now at somebody, and I don't know who, because I really want this to be a good thing. And I really don't want somebody to have to die before they do something about it and make it so that it's actually an enjoyable experience for people and something that people can do, even if they're not some military special forces or out of army training where they've had like special navigating training and hikes and stuff. I want people to be able to do this, and I'm just not. Okay, I'm tired now and I'm hot. And this is probably my longest day. It is my longest day on the Shvil. Well, I did 17 kilometers the other day, and this is going to be 17 kilometers once I get to Ein Bokek. Not 17 kilometers yet, only about 13. So maybe I'm just tired, but enough for my rant. I mean, the Dead Sea. How amazing is that? This is a great experience overall. All in all, it's a huge challenge, and I'm really super proud of myself that I've done as well as I have. Look at that. That's the Dead Sea. Oh, it's so long since I've been here, and I'm so happy. Like, just amazing. We're gonna get a whole lot closer because we're gonna get into it, but I don't know if I can get any pictures of that because I don't want to ruin my phone in the salt water. But I will try to get that for you. But I am definitely going to get in there. My muscles need it, my skin needs it, everything needs it. So, anyways, to continue on my thought, I'm so proud of myself and what I've actually accomplished. And I've had some people tell me, oh, you're just walking family distance. Well, you know, because I told them I was walking, that's so far that I've generally walked about 10 to 15 kilometers a day and no more than that. Well, you know what? The backpackers have a saying, hike your own hike. And yeah, I wish I could do like the young ones and the military guys, graduates and whatever, and walk 30 and 40 kilometers and like the backpackers in the States, 30 miles or more per day. I wish, but guess what? 25 years ago, I could barely walk without massive pain in my feet. In less than 4 weeks, I'm going to be 50 years old. So yeah, I am freaking proud of myself and proud of what I've done. Anyways, bit of a ranty kind of day. I'm tired and it's hot and humid and I'm sweaty. And tired. Did I say that twice or 3 times? Anyways, that over there is Ein Bokek. It's still quite far away. I've still got about 4 or 5 kilometers to go. So I'm just gonna hunker down, head over there, find myself a place to stay. There's a night camp this side of Ein Bokek and another one the other about 2 kilometers further. I am not going 2 kilometers further. That's just not happening. But I have to decide where I'm going to sleep because I really want a good night's sleep tonight and I think my body deserves it, especially my knees. So, I'll get back to you on that. Oh, and as the sun literally goes behind the mountains, so it kind of sets early here because of the mountains, because we're in the valley. But I just wanted to show you. So this is the Dead Sea Promenade. It's a really lovely walkway and it just goes right along the edge of the Dead Sea. And it's just beautiful. It's the most awesomest, loveliest place to walk that I've walked today. Okay, the sun just went behind the mountains, but I'm just gonna sit for a bit. I said I was gonna hunker down and head to Ein Bokek, but I don't care. I'm gonna sit for a bit. My knees hurt. This is the first piece of shade that I've had in a while, and I've got a lovely view. I'm just gonna sit and enjoy for a bit. To the tune of, are we there yet? Around another corner. And you can't see it. Over there. Right there. There. No, we're not there yet. Behind the pedestrian signs. But I wanted to say something about some of my thoughts today. So thinking a lot today about the principles that I used in my Kung Fu training and how they got me to where I'm at. And see that beautiful glow on the mountains of Jordan? The sun is setting and it's just setting setting the mountains of Jordan alight, and that's really what I wanted to show you the other day. But back to my Kung Fu training. So just been thinking a lot about that, and how sort of in my training I was careful to work up to the different challenges that we had, and to do it little by little and build on what I had been doing. And I think sort of what I'm doing here ultimately comes back to that, even with all the sort of rest day breaks that I've taken and the changes in plan. It's all built up, and look at that. Ein Bokek. I'm almost there. And what that means is that these last 3 days, this is the first time that I've actually managed in 3 days to do the full distance that the Red Book says and recommends. And even though it's not the distance that the Red Book says is possible, if you push it, it's the distance that the Red Book recommends for the first time on this whole journey. And this whole journey has been building up to it, and I had to get to the desert before I was able to do that. So I don't know what that says, but like I said earlier, I'm just really proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished. And one of my Kung Fu lessons has been that, you know, I can do only so much. I can do what I can do. And it's my journey. It's not anybody else's journey. And I have to listen to my body and take care of my body, because that's the only vehicle that I have to move around on this planet. And I want it to stay good and healthy for as long as I need it. So I need to take care of it and treat myself once in a while. And I think these last 3 days deserve a bit of a treat. So I'm going to actually take a couple nights in Ein Bokek and just take a rest day tomorrow, a 0 day. I think I deserve it. My muscles deserve it. They need to recover from these 3 days. And then hopefully once I hit the trail again, they'll have recovered and built on that strength that I've developed over these 3 days and over this past month. So I'm going to be good to me tonight and tomorrow. And about the Kung Fu training that I was talking about, been thinking about you guys, Kung Fu guys, especially today, and missing you. And you know, I'll see you soon, but just wanted to know that I'm missing you guys. I made it by 4 o'clock, the time I had set for myself. I still have to muster up the energy to go find myself a hotel. And this is just going to be a nice little treat for me. But I made it! I made it! I'm so amazed. Oh, and just look at that. Again, that view, which you can't see. There you go. Now you can see it. The exposure, I guess, is a little bit difficult, but that is just the most wonderful view. Well, I made it to Ein Bokek. Maybe this is why I haven't found a place yet, because I haven't actually done my full 17 kilometers, it turns out. But all the places I've called and tried to get a place to stay at, nobody has a place for 2 nights. So Ein Bokek exists for one reason and one reason only: to provide hotels for people to stay at the Dead Sea. And nobody now wants my money to stay at the Dead Sea. And I'm just really, really, really tired. And I don't know, maybe hungry. Sorry guys, I started without you. I'm starving and I'm so exhausted, if you hadn't been able to tell already. This has been a lot of hiking, and my body is really feeling it, and I really need a place to stay, which I still haven't found. But at least I've got some food. I've started to get some food in me. There's some salad and the most ginormous, you can't really see it, salmon fillet. It's like huge. Yeah, you can't tell from here, but it's ginormous, and I don't know if I can eat it all, but I sure feel like it. Yeah, I'm gonna eat something and then try to figure out the place to stay. I did it, guys. I polished it all off. That was insane. It was ginormous. And it's not even like I didn't eat for lunch today. I had a decent lunch. Tuna. So salmon for dinner. A lot of fish lately. Yeah. Feel much more human now, and I can set about trying to find a place to sleep. So. Hey guys, yes, I'm in my laundry clothes again. So, been doing some laundry, and yes, as you can see, I finally found myself a place to stay, a place that accepted my shekels, and I really was not in the mood for a free night camp today or for tomorrow. My body really needs to rest and recover from the last few days, because this has really been a lot for it. So I'm really happy to be staying at one of the resorts in Ein Bokek. I've never stayed here before, never been to Ein Bokek before, because I usually go to En Gedi. And really looking forward to just taking care of myself for a rest day tomorrow, and not like I haven't had enough rest days, but this is really, I think, necessary and well deserved. And really, this is the first time for the last 3 days I actually walked the full mileage in a slightly different composition, but nonetheless the full mileage that's recommended by the Red Book, or suggested by the Red Book. And in fact, I think I might have done 1 day at one point where I did the actual suggested mileage, but other than that, I don't think I've done another single day, let alone 3 days in a row. And yeah, I had to get to the desert to get to this point. So I'm hoping that the rest of this way will be a little bit easier now that I kind of know what to expect, and have a better idea how to manage. There's still some issues coming up, like lengthy sections where there is no resupply. And things like that I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with. And there are some pretty long days, but most of the days are fairly reasonable now that I've actually been able to do this. But today, I gotta tell you, today was hard. It was 17 kilometers, and it was really, those last few kilometers, as easy as they were, flat and not climbing uphill or downhill or anything. But they were really hard, and they were on pavement, and so, you know, if it's not one challenge, it's another, and that's okay, because it provides a variety, but it's just you got to be prepared that it's gonna take some toll on your body. For now, I'm just gonna call it Lila Tov.